The right to adequate housing is binding on all the UN members. This right includes the protection against forced evictions, the protection against arbitrary intrusion in one's home, the right to choose one's own place of residence, the participation in the decision-making on housing matters. Every year, around 6,000 people are evicted from their homes across Central Asia. The housing conditions of the evicted deteriorate for the following reasons. People are not notified of planned evictions in a timely manner, therefore they don't have enough time to take actions to protect their property. We received notification months prior to the eviction, in which they specify the date and number of the Osh mayor's decree. Having heard this news, my mom came down with a heart attack. Those evicted are not provided with a temporary accommodation in the period between the eviction and acquisition of new home. The construction of our new home was to end within 2 years. Meanwhile, we have to pay for the rented house. Our home hasn't been finished yet, and the rent hasn't been paid in 6 months. Compensations offered by authorities are low, with no account taken of moral and commercial damages. Inadequate compensations result in the people being unable to build or acquire new dwellings. The amount of compensation was calculated without my participation. I was compelled to give my consent. I couldn't turn it down, otherwise I wouldn't get anything at all. In all the countries, the proportion of those evicted ended up being below the poverty line. The members of the Central Asian Network sent their recommendation to their respective countries with a view of improving the legislations on the right to adequate housing. Thanks to their efforts, the following changes came about. In Kyrgyzstan, a bylaw is being advocated, under which individuals will be notified of the upcoming eviction 1 year before it occurs, and under which other damages related to resettlement and usage of remedies will be factored into overall compensation amount. In Kazakhstan, the concepts of forced evictions, the protection against forced evictions, and the prohibition of forced evictions are being introduced into Kazakhstan legislation. The government of Tajikistan has started developing the new housing code, which provides for the right to participate in the discussion of housing matters. The government of Uzbekistan has enacted provision whereby it's not allowed to carry out expropriation without a prior public discussion and consent from members of the parliament. If you have any housing-related questions, feel free to contact the Central Asian Network by going to the website right2housing.net.